Hi guys, it's Erin and welcome to the first Project Life Sunday of 2016. And after a couple weeks, I think YouTube says it's been 3. After a couple weeks of taking a break and letting time pass, I figured it was time to get back into paper crafts and make sure that I got my Project Life stuff done. And the thing that's helping me with that is for 2016, my format is going to be monthly spreads like this. So you can see this here is January. And I will be, you see me stamping week 1 through 4 here. And I will also be doing a this month in video gaming, so that this entire spread doesn't have anything to do with video games. You'll see that video game photo in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to replace that, and it's going to go on to the next layout. But so it's just going to be 1 month of regular general life stuff, and then it's going to be the month of video game stuff, and it's going to be pictures contributed by myself and with Mike. So basically what's going on in both of our games. And for this, I'm going to be using the Cocoa Daisy Day in the Life kit. I think it's called Day in the Life. Probably. I don't tend to write these things down. I kind of do everything off the cuff. But yeah, I spread out as much as I possibly could, and there are like 5 cards left, and 2 4x6 cards. So I basically used this entire kit of cards on this one 2-page spread because I have used, a card for every single thing, and I guess these kits don't really expect you to do that, or they expect you to use full photos instead of the small photos that I'm using here. So for this week in gaming, or this month in gaming, I'm going to have to figure out something that's not kit related, because I have, as of the February kit, I'm not getting the Gossamer Blue kit anymore, so I'm just going to be having the Cocoa Daisy kit. So that if this is as many cards as I'm going to get, then I'm only going to get one month out of it. So I'll have to be a little bit more creative with the gaming ones, but I might just do bigger photos for the gaming ones, because they are, not necessarily higher resolution, but they're, sometimes harder to see what's going on action-wise if you're not just straight up looking at it. And also, video games don't get their own layouts. A lot of these photos are either going to get their own layouts, like the card I'm working on now is a photo of 2 gals that I got to meet while we were on our road trip across the country. And so obviously each one of those events is going to get its own layout, so I don't really need the larger photos of that. And the photos of the kids, I always take a lot of those. The photos of the road trip, there's an entire road trip album, stuff like that. So I can handle having the smaller photos and it won't be a big deal. Whereas with video games, they don't tend to, nothing really gets its own layout. Although maybe it should. I don't know. We'll see. This is a whole new territory for me. I just started this today. I'm literally filming this 20 minutes before it's going to go up. So, yeah, I really enjoy working with this kit, and I got to admit that I do like this format. It's a lot less pressure, just kind of summarizing a month. I'm seeing something already that I forgot, in that we got new cell phones this month, and I didn't mention it at all. So I'm going to have to go back and add that somewhere. I have several filler cards in here, and I might just end up taking those out, because it is kind of important that not only myself, I got a cell phone, but Mike got one too, and they're the same. And so not only do we know how to use each other's phones now, he used to have this antiquated flip phone, and it was terrible. And then I had a Droid 4, which, okay, it's a smartphone, but it was really terrible. It was a horrible phone. And that became more and more evident on our road trip, where we couldn't find anything or do anything. You're trying to look up places to eat, and the darn phone won't work. So that was kind of a big thing. I'm probably going to make a layout about it, but I figure it should be in January's Project Life somewhere. And basically, you see me just building the cards in general here. I really like Cocoa Daisy's cards. I like the fact that they're different on both sides. I find it occasionally frustrating because I'll like both sides and then you just kind of have to choose and hope you don't remember what was on the back. But I really like that format, and I like that it includes 6x6 papers as well, because you saw me make these two, the documented 2016 title card and then the bottom one on the bottom left with those exclusive papers. I like that. I mean, I don't really care that they're exclusive, but it's just nice to have in the kit so I don't have to go somewhere else. And I'm finding that it doesn't need a whole lot of embellishment. Here, I'm done with that side. I'm going to scoot this side over. I'm finding they don't need a whole lot of embellishment, and once I put the journaling on, I'm not going to add any embellishment. So basically, you know, what I do here is all I'm going to do, because it's so busy and so, I don't know, like interesting visually, that I didn't want a whole lot going on, especially I don't want it competing too much with the words that I'm going to write, since I do have to somehow summarize an entire month. So I think next month, I mean, in March, I'm going to try and be more mindful of what I might want to include, because I didn't make any notes for myself, and I think when you're summarizing a whole month instead of just trying to gather little bits from a week like I did, you know, every other year since 2012, it might be a little bit easier if I help myself out and just kind of, you know, say, hey, this might be something you want to put, this might be something you want to put. If you don't have a photo, here's this anecdote, that kind of thing. Because, you know, I create very randomly, and when I'm doing this kind of thing, I'm just kind of like, oh, hey, I have nothing to say. So that doesn't really work. I know I promised that the next Project Life video would be the, you know, startup pages for the year, but I haven't done them yet, and I don't want to. So um, when I do them, I might film them and if I don't film them as I'm making them, I'll film them so you can see them, and it'll just be a really short Project Life Sunday. But I don't feel like doing them right now, and I don't really see any point in forcing myself to do something I don't want to do. It's really simple, but I don't want to. So that's how my creativity goes, people. But yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one. And, you know, it's funny because I did just do it, like, you know, a couple minutes ago. I do like the quality of the Coker Daisy cards. I'm finding myself really enjoying this kit and working with it, and I'm kind of hopeful. Here you can see I'm pointing out that I changed some of the cards. I added another filler card. Here's the close-ups of this side. This side didn't really change much at all. And this one, I moved those cards around and I added a different filler card. So thank you for watching.